What's going on YouTube? It's Dramon here with another pickup, a new review. Before we get into the sneaker itself, I just want to give a huge shout out to Under Armour for sending these over. Actually, I lied. Under Armour didn't send these over. The real story as to why I'm able to get the Curry 2 lows a little bit earlier than expected is my local Finish Line lacks attention to detail, so every now and then they'll be able to put up a shoe that isn't supposed to release for a couple days or until the weekend. In this case, the Curry 2 low. And I was sitting at home and I had this feeling. I said, babe, we should go to the mall. And my girlfriend was like, why? And I said, because I said so. Actually, I didn't say that. I would never say that. I just had this feeling. I said, let's go to the mall. I think the Curry 2 All-Stars, that's what I thought was gonna be on the shelf, not the Curry 2 lows, are gonna be on the shelves a little bit earlier. So we walked in, and there they were. The Curry 2 lows, not one, but two colorways. I knew this colorway was releasing, but also this black and gray colorway that was really boring. Really boring. And I just wasn't feeling that colorway. And I actually wasn't feeling this colorway based on the photos that we've seen. But I'm telling you guys, when you see these in person, they're much nicer. Now, while a lot of the performance features from the Curry 2 mid make its way back onto the low, there are a couple of differences. Two main ones being the cut of the sneaker and the upper. Now, let's talk about the upper because the cut is self-explanatory. And if it isn't, here it is. The Curry 2 is up here, while the Curry 2 low is down here. Got it? As for the materials, this is what I found very interesting, and based on photos before release, I was really excited because it really did look like Under Armour was going full-length Speedform. Now, we've been duped by sneaker companies before saying, yeah, it's Flyknit, yeah, it's full-length leather, yeah, it's full-length woven material, yeah, oh, it's gonna be great. It comes out and it's like, for lack of a better term, they half-ass it. Like the Kobe 9s was, yeah, it's Flyknit, but it was like glue with Flyknit on top. It just was whack. This is actually full-length Speedform, which is crazy, but it's a little bit different from your traditional Speedform. Now this is the Curry 2 mid, and what Under Armour used in the back portion of the mid top was more traditional Speedform. It was thinner, while still a little bit more rigid and structural, because as basketball players, that's what we need. It was definitely closer to what Speedform really is. Now, on the tongue, it was heavily padded, and everyone did like the tongue on the Curry 2 mid. Some people were not really feeling the heel part. They felt like it was flimsy and like nothing was there. I personally like that feeling because I don't want anything distracting me, and it accommodated my ankle braces perfectly. But for those who didn't use ankle braces, they kind of felt like it was flimsy or cheap, which it wasn't. But people can agree that the tongue was very comfortable. It conformed around your foot very nicely. And the tongue material that's in the mid is actually what's used in the low everywhere. I'll give you guys some up-close shots of the material, but basically it feels like a sock on your foot. It's extremely comfortable. I actually already played about 2 hours in the low top of the Curry 2, and while I could say it's definitely a good sneaker, it might not just be for me. I'll elaborate more on that in my performance review, but what I can say is that the upper is extremely comfortable, and it actually has me confused as to why Under Armour didn't use this in the Curry 2 mid top. I just don't get it. I understand that you need a little bit more structure and support, but the synthetic overlay that's used in the entire toe area of the mid was actually very good. It was very pliable, and once you broke it in, it was actually probably the best synthetic that I've ever used. But when I used this, it really felt like a sock was on my foot, especially when I flexed in the toe box area, and that's a feeling that I really like. I dare compare it to Jordan Brand's Performance Woven Upper. Yeah, a little bit, not quite as good, but still gives you that feeling of a sock around your foot that doesn't compromise support or structure. Now, Under Armour did reinforce the toe box with the fused overlay. That's just because they don't want it separating from the midsole when you do toe drags and things like that. So that's definitely a good thing. As for the rest of the performance features, it's pretty much the exact same. You got the same traction, you got the same cushion, with a little bit of disappointment because last year some of the Curry 1 lows came with a micro G insole. Not this year. I don't know what it is, guys. It's just personal preference. I think the low is a little bit cleaner than the mid, but they're both beautiful looking sneakers, and I have to applaud Under Armour because I really like the way both of these looks. But if we're just going by looks, like if these were two girls in the club, like I'm probably going over here a little bit. Yeah, she's getting a drink for sure. As for this one, like, you're nice, but just get home safe. All right, guys, that pretty much takes care of this review for the Curry 2 Lows. Now, these released during All-Star Weekend, I think on the 12th. You could check the link in the description box for more updated information on the release over at weartesters.com. If you have any questions about this model, please let me know in the comment section below. It's been nice having you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Happened, but the outdoor performance just isn't on par with how it performs indoors. Whoa, slow down. Greatest of all, no, I asked in the league right now.
Yeah, nobody said it.
And even the people who did understand the question beg to differ about Steph being the best player in the NBA.